Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you the difference between crankbaits from what I know, my opinion. So I'm going to try and make this short. So first we have probably one of the most famous, if not the most famous, lipless out there. Or rattle trap, as some people like to call them. The Red Eye Shad by Strike King. This is my favorite lipless crankbait out there. But I like to throw them basically all year round, but they are really good in like the springtime and the fall, in the colder water when they're chasing bait fish a lot, just feeding. So this one, the shad color, or just bluegill color, because here in Minnesota we don't really have that many shad, and we have a lot of bluegill, so that's why, they still crush white a lot in shad colors, but just not as, it's not as natural as a bluegill. But a color like this, I'll throw a lot more in muddier water, and I'll throw it a lot more in the summertime. But once it's like fall, I'll be throwing a red one like this, just because red is like my favorite fall color. White is still really good, but red is easily my favorite fall color to throw. Just because I don't know what it is about it, but they just bite it a lot more. So, yeah, these also have a nice rattle to them too. So they're good baits though. Really good for fall. And then we have, this is a Shimano crankbait. I don't remember what it's called, but this is a flat-sided crankbait. It doesn't have too wide of a wobble on it. I'm not sure how deep it goes, but it is a nice crankbait. But because it's a flat-sided crankbait, it is a little bit more of a finesse crankbait, which is also really good for cold water. That's mainly what you'd use a finesse crankbait for, flat side. And yeah, use them for cold water when the fish are a little more finessey. If you live in an area where the water doesn't freeze but it gets really cold, those will work really well. But another example is the Flat Finesse F4 right here by 6 cents. This one has a pretty big bead in it, but again, it's a flat side. It's not going to have a super crazy action. It's going to be a little more subtle from what I've seen in these crankbaits anyways. And yeah, it's just a really good cold water bait when the fish are finicky. And it works really well. You can pull it over rocks. I'm not sure how deep this one goes. This one goes 4 to 6 feet. And I'm pretty sure this one goes around the same depth. So these are two really good baits for cold water. And then we'll move to, these are the ones I throw all year round. This is Strike King Square Bill. And this color is really good for up here because it is a little closer to a bluegill. A bluegill than a shad. But it's a really good crankbait. Caught a couple fish on it. Quality is really nice, but yeah. These are really good for just all year round, really. Throw it over weed lines in warmer water on windier days. But my favorite square bill is actually this one, the Guggen one. But it's just this color, this yellow and black. I've fished this bait on Mille Lacs, caught a bunch of nice smallies with it. I fished it in, there's lakes around my house, caught some nice largies with it. I don't know what it is about this black and white color, but they love this thing. So yeah, it's just a Guggen banger. It goes, I think it's like 2 to 5 feet. I can't really tell because it's worn off because I've caught a bunch of fish with it. But yeah, you can see all the like teeth marks and stuff on the side of the bait. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but one of those hooks actually broke on here. It's from catching a bunch of bass and stuff with it. But those I like to throw in lakes. But this is the last one I'm going to show here. This is the Crush Mini 25X by 6 cents. I haven't thrown this exact bait yet, but I love throwing smaller crankbaits in ponds. just because they aren't going to have as, like, they can have the big bass, like, in lakes, but the bluegill aren't usually as big here. But that color is just perfect. And when they're that size, I mean, you really can't find a better crankbait than something like this when you're fishing a small little, really pressured pond, too. And this one will be really good for pressured fish as well, because if you listen to it, there is a rattle, but it's very quiet. There's like nothing. So these are super good for ponds. This one dives 2 to 4 feet. And so this will be perfect for just any small pond if you're a bank fisherman. And yeah. Tried to keep this short. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me what your favorite crankbait is in the comments below. See you next time.